Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Vlogmas Day 20. So today we're going to talk about some books that I own that I just really wish that I read this year in 2020 that I just never got around to. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe down below if you have not yet already. I am still uploading daily this month and you're not going to want to miss it. Also, the playlist for Vlogmas is down below in the description if you guys want to go check it out if you are not caught up with the videos. But let's just get right on into talking about all the books I wish I read this year. So the first book I'm going to talk about today is Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the first book in the Dreamers trilogy, which is a companion or spin-off to the Raven Cycle series. I read the Raven Cycle series last year and was completely obsessed with it. And then this book came out in November of last year, I believe, and I was so excited for it. I bought it almost immediately. I actually did start it. I am 104 pages in. I did not know I got that far. I thought it was like 60 pages in. So I guess I'm over 100 pages into this book and it just wasn't capturing my attention that much. It was a little bit boring in the parts that we were at. I think that's like a common thing I've heard people say, is that this book just doesn't stack up to the original series, that it's just not as exciting. So I think that's why I was hesitant to continue reading it this year and finish it, because I've heard mixed things. I myself wasn't that thrilled with the beginning of the book, but I still want to finish it and I wish that I had read it. I don't actually know what this series is about. All I know is that we're following Ronan, who was one of my favorite characters from the Raven Cycle series, but that's basically all that I know. I don't know the actual plot of this story. I don't think that I want to know. I just kind of want to go into it blind. But I meant to get to it this year. It wasn't on like any official 2020 TBR or anything, but it was kind of always like in the back of my mind on like a secondary 2020 TBR list, and I haven't gotten around to it. I'm not gonna get around to it, which is really sad, but maybe next year, who knows. So the next book I'm gonna talk about today is Maud by Melanie J. Fishbane. This is a book I bought 3 years ago, back in 2017 when this book came out. It's basically like a story about the author of Anne of Green Gables, Lucy Maud Montgomery, so it's kind of about her life as a teenager. And I was really excited for it when it came out. I love Anne of Green Gables. I want to know more about Lucy Maud Montgomery, and I never picked it up. I think I might have read like a page or two, possibly, but because Ella Montgomery lived so long ago, it was like the olden times. The book obviously is set in the older times, and sometimes it takes me a bit of time to get into that kind of like writing style or that kind of time period. I'm not a historical reader, and so reading something in a different time period like this can be a bit difficult for me, but I do really want to get to it, and I still might get to it this month. It's not very likely. We'll see what happens, but I don't think I'm going to. I really want to read this book. I want to love it. I haven't heard anything about this on booktube, I don't think, or anywhere. So if you've read this book, let me know down below what you guys thought about it. I don't even know what its average star rating is on Goodreads. Like, I don't know anything about this book or how it was perceived. All I know is that I love Anne of Green Gables. I want to know more about Ella Montgomery, but this was also another book that I've been wanting to read for the past 3 years. I think it's been on many TBRs, and I kind of, again, had it in the back of my mind that I wanted to read it this year, and I just haven't. This is one that I am definitely sad about that I didn't get to this year. The next book on this list is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is another one that I did start. Hey, that's where that bookmark is. I thought I lost this bookmark. So I'm on page 50 of this book and I was enjoying it, but high fantasy is a bit of a hard genre for me to get into, and I think I was just having a bit of difficulty focusing when I tried to read this book. Like, I was really in the mood for a good fantasy book, which doesn't happen very often, but it's been kind of happening on and off all year long, which has been kind of nice. But I think that I was just having a hard time focusing on the story, and I really wanted to take this entire book in and really enjoy it, and I didn't want to be reading it at a time that didn't feel perfect, I guess. I don't know too much about what this book is about. All I know is our main character, I believe, is kind of like a librarian of sorts, maybe? She has to like take care of this library of grimoires, and then like one day like a grimoire is like set free, or I don't know. All I know is that our main character has to like work with this guy named Nathaniel Thorne, I believe, that she does not like. My friend Kirsten absolutely adores this book. It's like her favorite book, or one of her favorite books. She actually gifted this book to me. Yeah, I've got her little note in there, and I really want to read it, and I really want to love it so we can talk about it together. And I also really want to get into high fantasy, so I'm really sad that I didn't get around to this one this year, but maybe next year. The next book that I wish I read this year is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is a book that came out back in September. I actually pre-ordered this book. I was so excited for it. I still am really excited for it. I absolutely loved Tiffany D. Jackson's other book, Monday's Not Coming. Completely obsessed with it when I read it 2 years ago, but when I heard about this one, it seemed really interesting. I don't know too many many details about it. I know our main character, I believe her name is Enchanted, and then this guy comes around and gives her her dream chance to become a singer, and he's kind of her ticket to stardom. But things kind of go awry. He ends up taking advantage of her and feeling like he owns her in a way. And so I know this book is going to be really, really heavy, and I think that's why I've been avoiding it, because I know that Monday's Not Coming completely destroyed me. I think that because this year in particular has been so difficult, I'm really going to books to escape and to just kind of feel some comfort. I've also been in like mini reading slumps. Like I'll get over it for like a week and then I'll be in it again, and I just don't really know what to read, and I really want to love and appreciate this book. So I'm just kind of waiting for that time when I'm feeling really great about reading, when I'm feeling great mentally, so that I can pick this book up. It does have some trigger warnings, so in case you guys are interested, it does say at the front mentions of sexual abuse, rape, assault, child abuse, kidnapping, and addiction to opioids. If any of those things would be triggering to you, maybe avoid this book or just go into it with some caution. But this is one that I just know is going to become a new favorite, just like Monday's Not Coming, and a book that I will literally scream about from the rooftops like I do with Monday's Not Coming. I just need to be like in the right headspace for it. I need to be in the right mood with reading for it, but I know that a lot of people love this book, and I can't wait to be one of those people. And then the last book on this list is Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender. This is another book that came out this year. I don't remember when it came out. This was also a book gifted to me by Kirsten. Kirsten, you spoil me. There's a very specific reason why I didn't get around to this book this year, and I'll get to that in a second. But this book, I don't know, again, too many details about this story, but I do know that we follow our main character, who is a trans black boy, and he is obsessed with love, but he himself has never been in love. And then there is this person at school who ends up leaking, I believe, pictures of him pre-transition and also releasing his dead name online, and so he kind of decides to seek revenge on this person. There's something about like a love triangle or a love something where Felix is liking multiple people. I'm not entirely sure, but it sounds really great. I know a lot of people have loved this book this year, and the very specific reason why I have not gotten to it is because I'm doing a reading vlog for this book, and there are specific things I need for that video that I don't have yet, so I'm waiting to read this until next year. But just know that I am dying to read it. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, and it sounds so good. Let me know down below if you guys love this book or any of these books, by the way, because I really love to talk about them with you guys and get excited. Or let me know if you want to read them, because that'd be nice too. So those are all the books that I wish I read in 2020. I mean, it always happens, you know, you want to read things, you're really excited to read things, and then you just don't get around to them. But I'm very excited to eventually read all these books and hopefully love them all. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below, like I said, if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts are on them, or if you also want to read these books. Also, let me know what books you wish you read this year that you just didn't get around to, because I'd really love to discuss that with you guys. And maybe comment down below a book emoji if you guys stayed till the very end. Subscribe if you've not yet already. Like I said, I am uploading every single day this month, and you're not going to want to miss it. Check the playlist in the description if you are not caught up on Vlogmas, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!